BRICS versus the dollar. Can de-dollarization really happen? Examines how BRICS nations Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and new partners like Turkey and others are challenging the U.S. dollar's global dominance by trading in local currencies and competing for control of key minerals such as gold, lithium, and cobalt that drive the green tech revolution. In 1944, a new global order was forged in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. The U.S. dollar, backed by American might, became the foundation upon which a war-torn world was rebuilt. For decades, it was the unquestioned language of international finance, a symbol of stability and power. Now, that world is wondering, can it be replaced? The hum of digital servers has replaced the rustle of paper, but the core question remains: who controls the flow of money? Welcome to Beyond Borders Insights. Today, we're dissecting one of the most significant geopolitical shifts of our time, the rise of BRICS and the dream of de-dollarization. This isn't just about currency, it's about power, resources, and the very future of the global economy. It all started as an acronym coined by an economist: Brazil, Russia, India, and China emerging markets with explosive potential. South Africa joined in 2010, solidifying the bloc. In just 2 decades, these 5 nations built a coalition that now represents over 45% of the planet's population and a quarter of the global GDP. What began as an investment thesis has blossomed into a powerful political and economic alliance, driven by a shared dream of monetary independence. They've established their own financial institutions, like the New Development Bank, and increased trade in their own currencies, signaling a clear ambition to create an alternative to the Western-led financial system. From summits in Brasilia to Beijing, their leaders have consistently voiced a desire for a more multipolar world, one where the dollar is not the only king. This isn't just talk. It's a calculated strategy unfolding on the world stage. This new economic chapter is being written not with ink, but with minerals. The global transition to green energy has ignited a fierce race for the Earth's most critical resources: lithium, cobalt, gold, and rare earth elements. These are the new veins of power, fueling our electric dreams and battery wars, and BRICS nations are at the epicenter of this resource rush. We see vast open-pit mines in South America and Africa, where the raw materials for our modern world are extracted. These resources flow through new corridors of trade, linking continents and reshaping global supply chains. Behind every cargo shipment leaving a port in Africa, bound for factories in China or India, new alliances are forming. Old economic empires are being forced to adjust as BRICS countries leverage their resource wealth to gain geopolitical influence. The silent hum of industry in these regions is the sound of a new economic order taking shape, one where control over minerals is just as important as control over money. So, how does a nation, or a bloc of nations, actually challenge the dollar? The answer lies in the complex machinery of global finance. For years, the SWIFT messaging system has been the primary highway for international bank transfers, a system largely overseen by the West. But BRICS nations, particularly China and Russia, have been building their own alternatives, like the Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, or CIPS. While still much smaller than SWIFT, its transaction volume is growing steadily, offering a parallel path for moving money that bypasses the traditional dollar-centric network. We're also seeing more bilateral trade settled in local currencies, like the yuan or the ruble, chipping away at the dollar's dominance one deal at a time. There's even talk of a new, common BRICS currency, perhaps backed by a basket of commodities like gold. But building the infrastructure is the easy part. The real challenge, the ingredient no nation can simply print or mine, is trust. Can the world trust a new system steered by these rising powers? The journey from ambition to dominance is paved with this single, invaluable currency. This economic contest is creating a world of competing futures, visible in the skylines of our greatest cities. In New York, the stock exchange still symbolizes the heart of global capitalism. But across the world, new centers of power are rising: the shimmering towers of Shanghai's Bund, the bustling financial district of Moscow, the strategic ports of Mumbai. And the modernist government complexes of Brazil, each capital is placing its bets on a different vision for the 21st century. It's a contest played out in split-screen comparisons. Who produces more electric vehicles? Who controls more renewable energy? Who is building the most resilient trade alliances? This isn't just a rivalry between nations, it's a fundamental debate about what the future will look like, one where currency, technology, and resources will ultimately decide who holds the title of superpower. As we gaze at our planet from orbit, the glowing lights of cities form intricate networks of connection. For a moment, the borders disappear, and we see one interconnected human story. The lights of the BRICS nations now shine brighter than ever, forming a new ring of influence on the global map. The true weapon of the future, the ultimate currency, will not be forged from metal or printed on paper. It will be built on confidence. Can the world trust a new system? Can this emerging bloc offer the stability and predictability the global economy craves? Only time will credit the answer. The story of the dollar is far from over, but a new, compelling chapter is being written. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this analysis insightful, please give this video a like and subscribe to Beyond Borders Insights for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching Beyond Borders Insights, where every story reminds us that the world's connections go far deeper than the borders on any map. If this episode gave you a new perspective, tap subscribe, give it a like, and ring that notification bell so you'll never miss our next deep dive documentary. Until the next journey, keep exploring, keep questioning, and stay beyond borders.